which is biased, but I like it because we kind of God is an amazing God. When I hear those kind of songs, I'm thrilled. Yeah, but it's an office environment. Sometimes people can say, "Oh, why is James doing this?" So yeah, I just thought that would be next time. It will be an instrumental in the background. Although perhaps I don't have to really apologize on this one. Music can always bring amazing things. Yeah. So if you don't mind, you can put on the camera so that we see each other. And we're in class, really. We're in class. My name is James Vogere. For those who don't know me, I think all of you know me. And I'm here. I'm one of the professionals in the Moracle. I can't believe that it's 1 year this month, 1 year since I joined Moracle. I'm really thrilled because when I was coming in here, I just got ready to see because it's a bit different. I was working with the corporate world before in here, and the practicing was kind of something which I needed, but I hadn't got that opportunity. But now I joined the Moracle, and I tell you, the ethos is so good, and especially what we are learning here. Now, I think it's only Eunice who is Eunice and Eunice and Chakatu. Sorry, let's see. Jalikatu. Am I pronouncing your name properly? Hello, you are muted. You are muted. Okay.
Yes.
Just I don't know how to murder your name. I don't know how to murder your name.
Jalikatu is my name.
Jalikatu, wonderful. Just special name as well. Eunice, I think Jalikatu, in where are you? Are you here in the UK or where?
Yes, I am here.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I know Eunice is in Uganda, Kampala. Yes. A lot of sunshine, but we have some. We will post some for you. Yeah. And who else? Jessica is here as well. Jessica, are you in here in the UK?
No, I'm in Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone. Oh, great. You see, we have 3 countries represented here: UK, Sierra Leone, and Uganda. Eunice. Okay, maybe it's the camera playing up. Let's see each other. You see, yeah. So
hello.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, hello. So we whatever we are going to do, we have done it. I think you've been here. If you've been here before, what we are going to do, we've done it before. But the thing is, we need to be able to repeat. Repetition is a mother. I think is a mother of mastery. Repetition is a mother of mastery. And also remember, if you want to have to master anything, you need 10,000 hours to be a master at everything. And do you know how many days are those, or weeks? Those are 5 years, 10,000 hours. If we are working, for example, if you are working 7 hours a day, that will take you 5.5 years to master something. So doing it for every day, then you become a master at it, and then you do it as if it's a second nature. Yeah. I thought this month we are actually doing management information system. That is the Moracle Formula, which is a number 1. But before we go in there, there's something I prepared. You may like it. Let me just get it, because let me share my screen. Share screen. Am I allowed to share the screen? Yes, I am. Yes. Okay. So we are looking at. We normally use this one. The accountant's formula, the Moracle Accountancy Formula, to look at each stage, and each month we look at one stage. Last month was filing. This month is number 1, which is management information system. In fact, this is the bedrock. This is the founding thing of us as professionals in this field. So management information system. But before we come to this one, I thought I could take some 3 or 4 minutes on something to just kind of get get us moving. You see, information is key to everything. And if you have got information, you can rule the world, or you can, yes, you can rule the world, or you can subdue your environment. You can also transform a life or lives. Yeah, so management information system. I just wanted to, I wanted us to have this person, because whenever Mola says, okay, in here, this stage one, for people, I mean, the world out there, they call it bookkeeping, but actually this is, I mean, can you imagine, this is the founding position, the founding stage of our career, of our whatever we do in this account, in this field. So that's the reason why, instead of calling it bookkeeping, we said management information system. But I wanted us to look at this, what this management information systems, what it is. And I'm going just to bring up something here. Can you see my screen? I'm going to get this. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, James, we are seeing you.
Can see, yeah. So management information system. You see, this is a topic on its own, by the way. I mean, there are professionals who just go, you take a topic. In fact, in my studies, I did that as part of the papers, had all this information, you know, management information system. Yeah, it says it's the study of people, of technology, organizations, and relationships among them. You see, this is really important. And at times when we are looking at this stage one, we are just looking, perhaps we may be seeing it as just entering data and just a mundane thing. Yes, it includes that, but it's a huge thing, you see. We are looking at information and capturing that information, and which information have been given to us by people, but using the technology, like the software, to be able to help this organization. And then as we do that, we have got relationships, you know, as we capture, as we get the data, we are dealing with the customers. We are asking them, what did you buy? And so on. Where is this receipt? You see, I just thought when this came, it was just on a hunch, but I thought, I'll introduce it with this, because basically, when we are looking at this accounting formula, at times it becomes almost like it's a boring thing. But actually, no. This stage is so important that, you see, it's including people, it's including technology, it is including relationships, and then the organization we are working for. You know, even yourself, you are an organization. If you are working for yourself, still you are an organization, you know. And then also the fact that the professionals, which is us, you know, the management professionals, they kind of, we are helping the owners of businesses, you know, to benefit from the investments. And here we deal with personnel. When we talk about payroll, for example, equipment, you'll look at the depreciation, for example. Yeah, you would say, okay, the equipment has come in, but then now you have got to plan that, okay, every year then this has got to be depreciated. And it's at stage one where we do that, you know. And then there's the processes. What process? How are we doing things out there? What are we doing, you know? And then here it says the MIS is a people-oriented field. You see, we have to love people, because basically as professionals in this field, as accountants, if you are a trainee or you are an accountant already, basically you are oriented. You are people. We can't do it with people. Although I mean they say accountants are boring. No, we deal with people, and that's the bit that we want to turn around. Yeah, we want to deal with people because we are a people. Whatever our service is, we serve the people. You know, we serve people. We kind of the investment. We help this investment in the personnel, in the equipment, and the business. All these things to go well. And how do we do that? at this stage one, this is where everything is happening. Everything is happening at stage one. And I thought I wanted to kind of put that as an overall thing, so that we really see that this is a very important thing. We are repeating it not just for the sake of it. We are repeating it so that we can become better. And last but not least, there are 3 things that actually we need to do for us to be, to do, and have. I just want to get this. Okay, already we are going to talk about that. To do, to be, and have. If we want to master to be, to do, and have better. All the time we are here because we want to be better. We have to master the mindset. There are 3 things actually: mindset, skill set, and tool set. You see, what we are doing here, we are trying to look at that. We have to master mindset, that I'm a better person. James, me, I'm better. And then we have to look at that better. And that's the one we are pursuing. Then the skill set, we have to improve our skills. And then the tools that we are doing. And then, of course, the profits and progress and prosperity will follow. Okay, so let's get back then to what we are looking at. I thought I should share that, and I thought it would be of interest, because when we have got that broad mind of what we are doing here in stage one, then it makes a lot of more sense. So yeah, why stage one? Stage one, as I said, is the bedrock. Really, again, in fact, as I said, we are all involved. Somebody has got a message in the chat. I haven't. Hello, James. My internet will be okay. No, it's okay. And actually, one of our new finance interns. Oh my God! Sorry, you actually, everyone is in house. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I think I haven't come to that. To the intern house. Okay, this time I think all right, you got me down. Yeah, welcome. Oh, that's great. Sorry about that. Yeah, so okay. At this stage, yeah, what are we doing? I'm saying, I think we will interact it with a question and answer just as I talk, and then if you have got something, please just either you put up your hand and just want to elaborate on it, or as we go through this. Yeah, we've seen that this stage number 1 is very, very important, because that's where data is captured, data capture. See, first of all, we have got plan. I mean, when we are going to, what kind of data do we really need for us to, because all this, what we are doing is structured to produce financial statements, which are needed for filing and which are needed for filing to the organizations, like in this case here in the UK, like Company House and HMRC, and Charity Commission. You see, so we then have to be able to have that mind that what we are capturing actually is very, very important. Is very important to the organization, because if you don't capture it properly, then so many things can go wrong. So many things can go wrong. For example, I was looking at a client's account, and money was coming in. There was a connectivity. There is connectivity. The bank is connected. Okay. So when data comes from the bank, for some reason, when the setup in that client's account was such that even the money that we are receiving from which have been paid to the, well, not really, this is a charity, so it's not payment as such, but where the donors have actually paid in money into the bank account, then the system was posting it as the accountancy, and I'm thinking, what kind of, who is this customer who is called accountancy? But there it was the problem, and I found out it's actually a problem of the setup, because accountancy was not even a customer, you see. But how was in the connectivity there, it was just put in, it was kind of, when that money came in, it would come in as if we are getting money from accountancy. what I know in this organization, for example, anything accountancy was the accountants fees, mainly from us. I mean, us where we would invoice them, you know. But money coming into the system, money coming into the organization, and then it is accountancy. It was funny. It was kind of something which wasn't true. So again, when we capture, when we are doing this, we have to. It's not a matter of the fact that the bank is connected, so whatever has come in is okay. No, you just have you go in there to look at what has come in. Does it make sense? If it doesn't make sense, then make sense out of it. So that can you imagine if I had, if that was left and then there was an analysis and then the managers are looking at this number and they say, okay, they look at the money coming in and say, you had money from accountants. Oh, can you tell us this? Can you imagine that kind of embarrassment? You see, so that's the reason why this stage is so crucial. Yeah, because okay, when I joined, of course, I didn't have those ledgers which Mola talks about, simply because I was from a different industry, and then my dream was like one day I should be an accountant. You see, I was actually a teacher. I used to teach science, and then later on, I then took this course, SCCA. I'm actually SCCA qualified, for those who don't know that. And then I did this, and what happened was like, so I didn't actually see those ledgers, those big ledgers, which more I know talks about, where they would write and then I think use some colors and so on. I didn't that, so I kind of learned the new system. You know, you are using when information comes in, especially when in this case, for example, it is from the bank, then you have to look at it. It makes us a bit lazy, but that's what has got to be done. Actually, you have got to be more acute, more proactive to do this, so that mistakes are not taken, and eventually that is fed into the report, and then you find, okay, we got money, and yet the source from which we got the money was not there, or it was the wrong one. So that's the reason why this part is very important. So recording, analysis, again, analyzing what is happening, because it's from this stage that we are going to have, this stage feeds into the management accounting system, which is stage number 2. Then reconciliation. Yeah, this is very, very important, actually, because for some of you who have done it before, who are already doing it, you can see that actually reconciliation can be very annoying. It can be very annoying. I was working on work on one of the clients, and I tell you, I was reconciling the cash flow. Cash flow is I mean, when you hear it, cash flow. If you've been a student of, if you are yet to do the exams, the cash flow is one of the exams, or even one of the interviews. The people will pick up that and they interview you, or they get questions. So when you are doing it in exam, you just know, the template and so on and so forth. Now, when you are in here, it's now practical. It's not what you fill in. They are not going to just give you a question. You know, you have now to do it in the system. It has to balance. And now my cash was not tying up. At the end of the day, it was like I had 1,900. I'm thinking, what is wrong here? Yeah. So you need to be able to practically, okay, in a reconciliation, it can actually be, it can either take 1 minute or 10 minutes, or it can even take a day. You know, I went round and round on that one, and and let me just make you laugh, because when I went to Mola for help, and Mola just got me a story which he had got many years ago with his boss. Yeah, his boss, that he had actually almost a similar question that I had, and then he said that the boss asked him that, okay, did you do did you study cash flow? Did you learn about cash flow? And then well, I said that person, yes. Okay, And then, so did you actually pass the exams? He said, oh, yes, I did pass the exams. Then he said, okay. And that was it. And that was it. I mean, didn't even show him, okay, this is how we do it or whatever. You know, so some of these things, by the way, I again encourage for you who are in the training. And this goes on. It doesn't mean for us who are seniors, okay, we know everything. No. I mean, you can actually spot a lot of things that we may do wrong and say, oh, yeah, James did that one, but I think it should have been this way. Yeah, because learning is a continuous process. Is what I believe. So the trick here, when you research about it, actually, it's the best. In fact, when I used to, when I was the teacher, I used to tell my students, I say, you know what? When you have homework, then and you do it, you will never forget. But if I keep telling you, it's very easy to sit in that paradigm that okay, that my teacher is going to tell me. Or like in this case, for example, I say, okay, Mola will tell me. Oh, someone so will tell me. But if you try out, and then that process of trying to do something will actually make you even better. And next time you really learn that, and if it comes, it becomes a second nature. Yeah, so reconciliation actually can be I think that's what I was talking about, the reconciliation. So when now and he said that, actually I woke up, I said, I think I shouldn't be doing this because he doesn't have the answer. Okay, he may have the answer, but just the way you would get the answer is the way I would get it. And so I went to work and I just switched off, because you see, you become lazy when you have a problem. And because the problem, actually, what happens, first of all, when you have a problem, it brings in the psyche, in the mind, doubt. I wonder whether I can solve this. Let me run for help. Yes, obviously, I'm not denigrating the help that we give each other. I mean, I don't want even to say, okay, it's an aspect that you don't ask or we don't ask. No, it's just saying how, if the problem comes, that's the best time for me to do what? To get out of this problem. And in fact, it is raising me up. It's raising me up. There's a book I read, and it says that when you have got a trial or a problem, just welcome it, because at the end of it, you have got perseverance. At the end of it, you'll have got resilience. And it's really true. It's really true. Yeah. So when we do this and we research, we even get better. Then the second, we looked at the payroll. I mean, the payroll there, the people. Again, payroll, again, very, very sensitive. Again, with one of our another colleague, the client sent the payroll in, but now some of the employees, I'm not going to go into the technicalities of the payroll, but when you are starting as an employee here in the UK, I think it's still true, should be worldwide. There's what we call starter pack. So you have got to fill in the form, and that form will indicate whether this is your first job, especially if you are being employed for the first time. And if it's not the first job, that section where you fill in whether that part is, whether this is your first job or the only job, or rather, yeah, actually it says, fill in this if this is your first, if this is your only employment, you know. And then if you fill in, sorry, no, it says that fill in this part if you have got another employment. Okay, so now these two employees of our client, my colleague was dealing it, but I was supporting. They had filled in, they had actually ticked in that question, which meant that when now information is put into the system picks that as someone who has got this is the second employment. And usually here, and again, the UK, the tax system is such that if you've got a second employment and you get money on this second employment, they would charge you. The system just goes automatically. It gives you a special rate. It's called emergency rate. Yeah. So well, basically, would I say poor employees? Anyhow, they were charged because that emergency rate is a big thing, and it goes up to, it's more than the basic rate. The basic rate is 20%. So that one they would charge you even up to 40%, you know. So and now then they got when they got the pay slip, it had taken up almost 40% of their monies anyway. And then the client was complaining and so on and so forth. And that one, and then because I'm the one supporting this other colleague, so the client came to me, and then I didn't know the details. Oh, okay, I knew part of the details actually. However, I needed again to liaise with the colleague. Yeah. So and then obviously, the colleague told me actually this is the reason. So when I went in, then I had to actually the client was very, very mad. And this is where the people orientation, people to people comes in. But at this stage, and the payroll very, very sensitive, the client was very mad, and she was shouting and saying, "Can you imagine how these have just started, and their monies have been like they are not getting the right." Yeah, she shouted. But then, you know, when somebody comes in with that kind of energy, what do? You actually sit back and listen and be calm. Because if you are not calm, then the situation gets out of the way, out of control. Yeah, so this particular stage is very, very important. I don't want to, because sometimes when I talk, I find myself going far and then not leaving time for others to talk. Is there a question that you have on this stage, at this stage? I know all of us have gone through this stage, and I'm picking out information and kind of sharing the aspects, the practical aspects that you can actually find in here. So is there a question that you may want to raise at this stage before we continue? Okay, let's continue then. VAT.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yes, Noah.
No, continue, please.
All right, okay. Right, so I'm actually just pouring out so many of these things because they are really, I'm not really like what comes is what I'm talking about, but I will follow maybe the system, the way they are named here, the way they have been written here. Yeah, so VAT. Now, in order to, when you are capturing, recording information, you have to look at the document, especially when now you physically look at the document and see whether this document has got VAT, because that has got to be recorded differently, you know, and that's and this also is on a practical basis. Sometimes it can be ignored. You know, the system, again, if the system is connected, for example, the customers are connected, the suppliers are connected. Again, there could be, just go in there and look at the document. Look at is the document, has it been, because we are using systems here, you may not really have the actual physical invoice, you see. So is the invoice, then when you look at it, which they have, if they have attached it, actually so at this stage, not them, it's you to do it. It's you who is now checking out on this. If you have connected if the systems are connected here, purchase ledger to QuickBooks or Xero or Sage, yeah. So you go in there and check out, has this been recorded properly? Has this been posted properly? You know, so you go and check out that. You know, so sometimes the VAT may miss, and again, when the VAT misses, what happens again on the practical point of view is that if you are reporting wrong VAT, let me say, for example, you are reporting you're actually buying stuff, because when you buy, you are that VAT that you pay as an organization, the HMRC will pay to you, will refund it to you. So as if you then if you don't record that VAT properly, then you will not do what? You will not have the proper refunds. It will be under the VAT proceeds will be, repayment from HMRC will be lower, and of course that will have an impact on the profitability of the company, because now that goes as an expense, especially if the company is VAT registered. In Moracle, we deal with companies that are VAT registered, but in most cases we don't deal with VAT, especially some of the clients are actually charities, so they don't really, they are not VAT. Whatever they do is not VATable. Unfortunately, they kind of buy VAT VAT goods, but because they are not really registered, they don't really, we don't deal with that. But this is where you have to be look at the document and make sure that the VAT, even the rate, is right. In some systems here in the UK, here the VAT used to be 17.5, and you may find that actually the system is still doing that. Just go and check it out and make sure that actually it's 20%. You know, check that out. Then gift aid. Again, perhaps you've not dealt with gift aid in your organization. I know my colleague Mariama deals with churches a lot. I don't know whether you have already dealt with the gift aid, or they just tell you, oh, we have done it. Now, I have done that actually for my I happen to also have a privilege to be the treasurer for my church. So gift aid, for example, if you are dealing with the churches where the donation can be gift aided, what does that mean? It means that if the people who are donating this or giving offerings, they can say gift aid it, it would mean that in every pound, the charity will get 25p on top, to get 25p on top. So it actually boosts the income for the charity. And again, it is you to point out that, because when you do point out that, then your value, the value of your service goes higher, because the more we help our clients with information, again, as I started with, information can help you build the world, or increase the world, or capture the world, or subdue the world, and information can transform their life or lives, you see. So that's what we kind of that's what we need to do. Then the second, the other part, which should always be started with, the budget. The budget is very important, and well, it's always important anyway, in every, not only just for the organization. Yeah, so they have, if they don't have a budget, actually insist on it. If in most cases, they may say they know what they are doing. They can have it even in the head. I've had a client where they would tell me, oh, I was expecting that. No, I don't think that is that. And, you know, they have it in the head, but just writing it down. So here, then you have to come in and help them. You help them to draft a budget. Draft a budget. By the way, how many of you are kind of, how many of you actually are fond of budgeting? Not fond, I mean always budget. When you are going to the shop, make sure that you have written down. I'm actually, that's what I want to do, but obviously you may want to do that. I've been told of sometimes by my family would say, now, but you want even 10p? And then I revert back by saying, you know what, if you have gotten 10p 1,000 times, it's no longer just 10p. It's no longer 10p. Yeah, 10p 1,000 times, that's is more than 10p. It has become high. It has become now pounds, hundreds of pounds, you know. Yeah, so I wonder whether you are you do you like budgeting? And if you don't do like budgeting, please, you have to budget, because when money is coming in, then it is on that money that you live. Some people have said, again, I'm a student on this one. This is one of the, I don't remember what I was reading or listening to, but he's one of the guys up there, the ones that we say they are very wealthy. He said, as people say that you have got to live within your budget. He says that's the wrong perception, and it's a really wrong paradigm. It is not living within your means. It is living below your means. And when you, of course, elaborated on it, you realize that, yes, you are not just budgeting to make sure that whatever comes in, you are spending it. No, you are actually spending less than what you are earning. And so you are living below your means, not above your means, not within your means, but he said below your means. And I take it because the guy is actually very wealthy. If I can say the very wealthy, he is very wealthy. So because sometimes when he's making deals, one deal could make him $1 million a day. So that's the kind of person I'm talking about. So when he says that, then who am I to say that's not the better version of living? Just getting away from this one, live within your means. Because we were told actually that as we were growing up, live within your means. No, live below your means. Then you have got the surplus to invest, the surplus to give to invest, and also to give to others. I mean, to help others who are who may not be fortunate enough to get that kind of income that you are getting. Yeah. Okay. Next is the background. No, the financial financial procedures. Yeah, this is important because documenting for some of you who are in IT, Linda, I don't know whether is in hearing or listening, or perhaps she's in her room. Those in IT, you know that documenting is very, very important. Not only just IT, actually our profession, documentation is very important. We deal with documents. We deal with the say in auditing, for example, you really have to, when you are going for information to the client, you have got to document the things that they are telling you. Okay, how is the system? For example, you are telling the client you want to know what they do. You know, it's what they may document that we do this, but now when you go and test that, what they do is so different from what has been written down that they do. There is always that, not even just organizations, even ourselves, we can write goals, but now they remain on paper, and then we don't do what the goals tell us to do. You know, there is always the doing and knowing gap. We know what we should do, but then when we do it, we are doing something different. Yeah. So financial procedure manual, that helps them to pen down and say, for example, they say, okay, when the letters come in, who opens the letters? How is that one dealt? You see, something as actually, this is not simple, but I would use the word simple because obviously you are just getting mail, you know, into the business. The process of the fact that the mail is coming in seems simple, but if it's not structured well, things can go wrong. Let me give you an example. They have sent the client has sent. Yeah, okay, I can use either way. Let me use the customer. The customer has actually sent a check to pay you by post. In most cases now, those are very rare. Here, especially in the UK, it's very rare that people are going to use a check to pay you. They will instead transfer money directly into your account. But suppose they've done it and they've sent it in the post, and then that the post is I mean, there is no system. So when the mail comes in, it's just put in a box and that's it. No one looks at it, you know. And then you, after maybe a month here, usually when you are paid, you allow customers to pay after 30 days if you've given them credit. You know, after 30 days they should pay, because you allow them 30 days to collect the money from their customers so that they can pay you. You see, so that's how it goes. And now that in that scenario, the customer has actually posted the check, and then you haven't got any system whereby they are looking at it. And then this is Monday morning, so I mean after 30 days, and then you call the customer. You know what? Why aren't you paying? And this and this, and you've even threatened, and you could even be that kind where, because okay, it might be you who is the credit controller, or it might be someone else. I mean, one of the credit controllers, they are no big organization. Normally, credit control position is actually raw, is a raw on its own, you know. Yeah, and then tongue lashing the customer and so on. You know what? You've lost the customer by just not having a proper this system of how, when the mail comes in, who opens it, what happens if there are checks, when the checks are coming in, what do you do? How do you do you have a log? You know, if people, you know, that documenting is so important. And so that one, we have to document it in the financial procedure manual. If money is coming in, how is it, who receives it? If it's payment out, how much? In some of the cases, for example, in the procedure manual would be like if an organization is spending money, there is a threshold in terms of authorization. So if it's under 1,000 or 500 pounds, then the junior staff can actually authorize. But if it's beyond 500 pounds, for example, or 1,000 pounds, whatever they have decided to do, then it is you to come in. So if, for example, if this you are looking at a document, money has been paid out, then you need to check that, you know. And now all these things have got to be documented in a manual called which we call financial procedure manual. If they don't have it, again, you help to build that. Yeah. So the background information, again, Mola talks about this. So I tell you, it's so important to know who is who. And in the organization, take time to know who is who. Because when you know who is who, you're not going to get an embarrassment whereby you get to the CEO and you don't know, you don't know who basically that one is a CEO, and you address them differently. You are going to be embarrassed. In fact, not only that, they will just lose trust. They think you are not taking care. That's one way to take care of our customers, to make sure the background, to know the organizational structure. How is it? For example, if it's a new customer, look at the financial statements that have been filed with the custom. What is this? Yeah, which have been filed anyway, and then in there you will see who is who, so that then you know about this before you kind of address people. You know, background information, very important. And also it will tell you who is which role, who is doing what in that organization. The CRM and the DMS systems integration, again, that one very important. Yeah, I think it really helps that information flow and also management of the information. That integration of information really helps, and it brings out efficiency and proficiencies as well together. Yeah, and obviously, last but not least, so that I leave 8 minutes for us to kind of either ask questions or have a comment. We have got 8 minutes to go. These systems that we are using at this stage, the QuickBooks Zero and Sage. Again, let's take a moment to learn these, and to make sure that we refine on them. We refine doing what, using them. When we do that, then it becomes easier and easier, because there's certification in there. So do that one. But apart from that, using it is actually even a bigger, it doesn't make anything certification less. It actually just makes it more, to make this better and better. I'm just thinking of when we were learning for a number of years, if we are a driver, just like myself, when we were learning, we learned and we passed the test, but actually after that there was no car to drive. Then it would be so difficult to become better in driving. The same applies to these systems as well. Yeah. So I think I said I have to leave. Yeah, now it's about 6 minutes. We can have these 6 minutes for question and answer, or if not, I have got a question. And yes, carry on. Carry on, Noah.
James, you talk about the VAT and that's of the gift aid. So is there an exemptions in any company? Like for instance, the VAT, most of the churches that I'm dealing with, they are exempted in VAT. So how is the gift aid coming into existence in churches?
Okay, yeah, no, okay, those are two different things.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay, so you want me to talk about the gift aid bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one is something that has put, the UK actually has put in system, the Chancellor of the Exchequer, basically to how to help charities, or to help churches in this case, donation, not only just the churches anyway, any charity can actually, if you donate money to a charity and you are a taxpayer, then what happens is that then you can tell the charity that gift aid my donation because you are paying tax. So the government says, okay, if you're a taxpayer, then you can, when you are donating, then they can pay extra, the equivalent of your tax rate to the church because you are paying tax. That's the reason, because so that it encourages people to donate, but secondly, it supports the charities. It supports the charities like churches. That's how it comes in. So yeah, and you as a church, you have then to ask the people who are donating whether you can gift aid their donation. You just don't assume, because if they are not, if their income is not taxable, then that cannot be gift aided. It has to be always people who are still paying tax, and it's assumed as if whatever the tax, because they are paying that tax, then part of this tax can actually go to support the charity.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, James.
Okay, welcome. Yeah, so any other comment or question? May I have a question, actually, and you can take it up. And the question is wide. Well, in this area here, what are the things that you encountered, you have encountered, or you're encountering, that you want to share with us? Just one aspect of this first part of the accounting formula. It's where we are capturing data. We are doing. Are you able to? We have actually 3 minutes. We can have 3 people just having 1 minute each to share what you've encountered, even in Maybe let me make it white. Might not be necessarily that, but anything, especially those who are in internship now. Please, can you share?
Good day. This is Florence.
Yes, hello, Florence.
Hi,
Yeah.
how are you?
Fine, thanks. How are you, Florence?
Fine, thank you. I just want to say thank you so much. I like the way you did the management information system, telling us the whole thing around it when we're talking about the definition and the importance and what is required. And then also looking into each of those things that comprises of the management information system. The one comment I just want to make is the importance of that CRM with the DMS.
Yes.
Because some organization, when we are talking about that, they don't see the importance. You can go there and then they're having a different system of recording information. And when it's like that, it wastes a lot of time. And then so it's very good when one try to encourage them to have one system of recording so that when you need certain information, you just need to go to one place and then you know that it is there. Like some organizations, they will have some in Word and some they will have some in Excel. You understand? And
yes.
So with that, it's difficult to to get the whole thing. So it's very, very important that when we go to organization, we are working with them, we should try to, encourage them to make sure that they have a master, the DMS that we know that they update regularly, that it will be easy for one just to go there and get information in one place. And it makes easy to update the organization as well, to know about their background and everything. So the importance of CRM and with DMS is very, very crucial when we are talking about management information system.
Yeah.
That's what I just want to say. So thank you.
Oh, yeah. No, thank you so much, Florence. Yeah, that's really true. Now, just supplementing that is actually that's the reason why we are here all the time, to be looked at as people. We are the people, the knowledge, because so many people can masquerade, and especially not masquerade. Well, should I use the lighter word? So many people can. Sometimes it is not intentional. So many people just think they know what we do, and so they make it very, very simple. In fact, a number of them, they think we are bean counters, really. So they say, well, they just know you as someone who is just paying petty cash and that's all, receiving money. Yeah. And this is now, it kind of, it's unfortunate because it comes anyway with what the profession was then, but right now we are part and parcel of management. We have to be in the boardrooms, to help out. Of course, some boardrooms don't really still see you as an outsider. You have got to go in that corner, quiet person and boring accountant. Just give us the figures and that's it, and explain it. Still that one cannot go away just like that. It is us where, as we inform and go slowly and then take one bite at a time. I like the bite-size process, the bite-size process, because when you look at food, if we have the food, we just take it bite sizes. We just bite a bit. By the time you know it, the whole plate is gone. So even here, Florence, what you are saying, if something is new, when people encounter something new, what do? They will doubt, because they are still stuck in the past. And change is always something which people don't like to do. And for example, if they are even the bosses, they are the managers. So just do it slowly, and by the time they know it, this has come into place. In fact, I really kind of always applaud Moracle, Molai actually, because this is a brainchild of Molai. 20 years ago, he had this idea when people were not having the idea, you see, but he wasn't scared. He just went alone. And look, at what this can do or is doing for us. Yeah. That seems to be time up, unless you have something very, very burning. Oh no, 2 minutes past. You know, being former teacher, I just want to be I just want to be on time. 2 minutes past, but if you have something, please just say it. If not, then thank you so much for coming. I was about to say, put a comment.
Thank you so much for sharing. I really personally appreciate it. And